On today's show, find out about the primary election.
We will also be talking about Comm Week and graduation, all this and more on OC News.
Hello and welcome to OC News. I'm Yorlyn Guido.
And I'm Jennifer Aceves. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students of Cal State Fullerton. With graduation only a few days away, find out how Cal State Fullerton is already preparing for the big event. Denise Salcedo has this and more.
The last week of lectures are finally here, and at least for graduates, this is a very exciting time for them and their families. Cal State Fullerton has already set up large tents around campus for the college ceremonies taking place May 17th and May 18th. Reporting for OC News, I'm Denise Salcedo.
Made its appearance at Cal State Fullerton, and let's just say it was nothing short of amazing. With the speakers, workshops, and back-to-back events, Comm Week brought great opportunities to Cal State Fullerton students. Let's catch up with Jasmine Collier for more.
Comm Week graced Cal State Fullerton, and it sure made an impression. With speakers from all over California and experience coming in nationwide and internationally, this year's Comm Week was a great opportunity for Titans to gain knowledge.
Comm Week is important because it's a way for students to get in touch with people in the industry, collect business cards, get their name out there, get a good experience, and hear the experience of the people that already work in the industry.
Publicity magic, acing the interview, and industry tips are a few of the workshops offered here at Comm Week. Dozens of speakers have gathered at Cal State Fullerton to speak to the students about their future careers. With graduation closely approaching, this is a perfect opportunity for students to network with industry professionals.
I think Comm Week is a really important thing for all of us communications majors because they have professionals from human communications, both print and broadcast journalism, advertising, entertainment, and tourism studies. It's a really good way for us to see how professionals work inside the industry and for them to share their experiences so we could know what to expect in this.
Some of the workshops went in detail about how to interview, the importance of networking, and how to get the best hands-on experience. With a variety of events spanning from Monday to Saturday, hopefully you were able to catch one. This is Jasmine Collier reporting for OC News.
Earth Day was celebrated a couple weeks ago on Cal State Fullerton's campus. Each day throughout the week, different activities were held, and an array of companies came to display how to live a greener life with their products. Reporter Adrina Martinez has the story.
Going Green was Cal State Fullerton's theme during Earth Week. The Quad and Titan Walk were filled with vendors, companies, cars, and volunteers working towards a more sustainable lifestyle.
I'm here at Cal State Fullerton's 5th annual Earth Week. It goes on for the entire week, and college students can come here and learn how to recycle and live a more sustainable and green life.
Earth Week is an initiative on campus to try to spread the word about sustainability to the students. We're trying to just make a community-based consciousness about being more sustainable, living green, and doing things you can to live a more conscious life.
A number of different car companies, such as Nissan, had their electronic cars parked for display. A company called Republic Services also showed up with a recycle-friendly robot to inform people how their company uses both robots and humans to sort through trash and take out recyclables, a service Cal State Fullerton will soon be implementing.
You'll see them all over campus coming real soon, so it's all in one recycling, meaning you put your cans, your bottles, your paper, as well as your cardboard, all into that one part that says recycle, and then we will sort it at our place, at our MRF is what it's called actually, and that's short for a material recovery facility.
If you've ever been curious about starting a greener lifestyle, definitely come and check out Earth Week. Up until Thursday, it'll be here at the Quad at Cal State Fullerton. I'm Adrina Martinez reporting.
In the Supreme Court, and we'll take you on an adventure in Guatemala. Chris Collins has today's world news.
In the Guatemala. Thank you, Yorlyn. On Monday, the Supreme Court upheld the tradition of prayer opening government meetings with a 5-4 ruling. This ruling was based more on the history of the prayer in Congress dating back to the farmers of the Constitution and not as much on personal stance of the justices. This decision has come 6 months after oral arguments about the issue in November, and it sparked continuous debate. Those in favor of the prayer claim that it represents the country's framework and acknowledges religious leaders as an important part of our nation and history. Abraham Williams is back with a Guatemala adventure that you might just want to think about for a summer vacation hotspot.
In the Guatemalan jungle and south of Lake Petenitza, there's a little vacation getaway for those looking for adventure. Or not. After checking in, guests can retire into their air-conditioned bungalow, cabin, or begin their adventure. Guest service attendant Nati Giron explains. In this park, we offer 3 activities: the Skyway, horseback riding, and the zip line. Guests could also go on a tractor and take in all the natural sights on a slow and bumpy ride. Next up, the Skyway. Adventure seekers take winding trails and 6 suspension bridges high above the jungle for a beautiful 360-degree view of the Petén jungle. But this adventure might not be for everyone. As for the zip line and horseback riding, maybe there is such a thing as too much excitement. We'll save that for another day. From Ixpan Pahul, in the Petén jungle, I'm Abraham Williams.
Mark your calendars now and start getting ready. Get your research out the way. June 3rd marks the 2014 primary election. Primaries generally attract the fewest amount of voters, but this is expected to change as of this year due to the heavy effect this will have on politics in Orange County and California. Reasons for this increase in voters differs for each group and varies from the importance of the governor's race to a shift in the political party affiliates in a specific area. The Orange County Register is providing a guide to voters that breaks down each candidate and will help make the voting process smoother. The lease on the U.S. military camp in Djibouti was the main topic of discussion as President Obama met with the president of the Eastern African nation. Here's a look into what our commander-in-chief had to say.
Today, in addition to announcing the long-term lease that we are signing with Djibouti, we also hope that we can discuss the Africa Leaders Summit that I'll be hosting this year. We appreciate the President's participation, and we're going to be looking at his advice on a range of issues that we can work on together. And we're going to continue to engage with the government of Djibouti around issues related to human rights in the region. Human trafficking continues to be a concern. There's an action plan that the government of Djibouti has put in place, and we want to find ways in which we can assist in implementing.
For World News, back to you, Jennifer.
Coming up on OC News, sleep can improve your memory.
And the latest fitness trends when we come back.
Titan TV is a student-operated facility maintained by students.
It's on the Cal State Fullerton campus, and it's a great opportunity for Cal State Fullerton students to get hands-on experience directly in a studio environment.
Working with Titan TV puts me in this professional environment. Everyone here is really fun to work with, and everyone just gets along so well. I'm having a great time.
You are watching Titan TV.
A California meat plant is under a lot of heat, and sleeping can help your memory. All that and more. Here's Mimi Sessions with the latest in today's health news.
Thank you, Yorlin. Federal investigators say a California meat plant processed diseased cows for use in the U.S. It's the same company that was forced to recall 8.7 million pounds of meat back in March. CNN's Chris Freites reports.
CNN has learned what investigators believe happened inside the Rancho Feeding Corporation, the plant behind one of the biggest meat recalls in years. It involves cancerous cows, meat not fit for human consumption, and an illicit romance. Federal officials familiar with the investigation believe Rancho processed cancerous cows when government inspectors were not there. And after they were slaughtered, hid the warning signs of cancer, trimming off diseased parts, using a fake stamp of approval, or even replacing the heads of sick cows with healthy ones. It's not clear which employees were involved.
But that's not all. CNN has learned that the government's own food safety inspector, the person responsible for protecting consumers from bad meat, was having a romantic relationship with a plant foreman.
CNN obtained an email sent to the USDA that details the romance between USDA Inspector Lynette Thompson and a plant foreman. The email says the foreman admitted to an assistant plant manager he had, quote, been seeing Lynette Thompson, and went to her trailer 3 different times, and they were intimate. The email included personal texts said to be between Thompson and the man. She texts, "I need a kiss later." He responds, "Me too." And this one where Thompson says, "Play dumb, please, for my kids. Delete everything, Kay?" Documents show there was an acrimonious relationship between Thompson and plant officials, and she had complained about the processing of cancerous cows. But having a romance with a plant employee is against USDA rules for an inspector. We tried to get in touch with Lynette Thompson, but were told she did not want to speak to CNN. Rancho has since been sold, and the former owners won't talk on camera. But the lawyer for one of them did, and Jeffrey Bornstein says the relationship between the foreman and the inspector was not connected to the recall. But he did admit his client, Jesse Amaral, made mistakes.
There were opportunities for cows to have gone through the process without proper inspection or otherwise properly being handled.
Bornstein says his client is sorry, but the owner had no intent to hurt the public.
He takes responsibility for mistakes in judgment that were made. He made mistakes in judgment. He regrets not being better able to recognize, respond, and to stop some of these alleged bad practices.
Bornstein says his client is cooperating with the federal investigation, but wouldn't discuss specifics of what went on in the plant. Neither will the federal officials who are conducting the criminal investigation. That has Congressman Jared Huffman wondering if the USDA has something to hide.
One would speculate at this point that in order for there have been a deception that allowed a whole bunch of improperly processed meat to get certified for sale, someone at USDA was deceived, right? Something must have broken down in their process too. And so in the absence of information, I'm left to believe that maybe they're a little concerned that they dropped the ball too.
The U.S. Attorney's Office in San Francisco is investigating. A law enforcement source tells CNN that charges against Rancho's owners are forthcoming. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said that the first U.S. case of Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus has been reported in Indiana. A man traveling from Riyadh to the States began experiencing shortness of breath, coughing, and a fever April 27th. He is currently isolated and in stable condition, according to the health department. Surgeon General Dr. Shuchat said the virus poses a very low risk to the broader general public. The CDC and the Indiana State Department of Health are conducting a joint investigation. We've long known that getting enough sleep is key to good health, but a new study suggests it might also be a good key to memory. So it seems the long-held advice is true. Balanced sleep every night is the route to a healthy mind. It's not just about getting your beauty sleep. A new study says that getting the right amount of sleep every night is important for maintaining your memory, especially in later life. The study done by Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston focused specifically on women, and researchers found that getting too much or too little sleep had an effect on memory. 1,000 women aged 70 and older were studied, and more memory problems were found among those who got less than 5 hours of sleep a night or more than 9 hours a night. The researchers said the memory problems were equivalent to nearly 2 additional years of age when compared to someone who regularly logged 7 hours of sleep each night. And it seems the consistency is key, too. People who change their sleep patterns over time, even just varying it by only 2 hours, develop more memory loss as well. And if you're looking for ways to get a better night's sleep, the folks at AARP came up with this list. Maintain a regular sleep schedule, even on the weekends. Limit caffeine and alcohol, especially in the hours closer to bedtime. Also, avoid meals close to bedtime. And lastly, one suggestion that we hear frequently but can really have an effect on your overall health, including improving quality of your sleep, get regular exercise. Obviously, fitness is important. Here is Lisa with the latest trend in fitness.
To be skinny or to be fit is the question. The goal to be fit seems to be in everyone's agenda as of 2014.
So fitness is a trend right now in our society because people are more conscious about their health, and I think that everyone wants to feel good, and it's the universal way to really feel good and get results.
The typical response of having no time isn't bypassing as an acceptable excuse any longer. Working out daily is the new remedy.
So I think that fitness has become really important due to the increase in obesity. People have seen it over the years, and it really has made a difference. And people have seen that they need to be healthier, and they've seen that lifting weights, working out, going for runs, things like that, really they enhance these endorphins that really just make you happy. It makes you feel better. Obviously, it makes other people around you feel better. That's one of the reasons I do it. Is I feel great. I mean, I look great, and other people around me are motivated by what I'm doing, and it seems to make them push harder, to make themselves look better as well. So I really think that's one of the biggest reasons why fitness is growing right now in America.
Many independent gyms, such as Planet Fitness and Choose, are opening up and becoming popular for those who want to take fitness seriously but don't want to spend big bucks at larger gyms, such as 24-Hour Fitness. Fitness is becoming more and more of a popular trend now that social media is even getting involved in getting everyone inspired about living the fit life.
Well, the reason why I like coming to the gym is because I want to get fit and I want to start building some muscle, and so I can wear whatever clothes I used to wear back in the days, and I have friends that come all the time, so it's a new thing that we're doing.
In this day and age, everyone is stressing an importance on not only being fit, but looking and feeling great about themselves. I'm standing here in front of 24-Hour Fitness, where, as you can tell, I'm in my gym attire, ready to see what this fitness movement can do to improve my lifestyle. This is Lisa Love reporting for OC News.
That will do it for health. Back to you, ladies.
Working extra hours through a laptop or phone considered good, drones being used as cameras, and a kidney on Craigslist. All that with Jasmine Bolanos.
Thanks, Jen. Do you always feel digitally connected to your job even when you're not there? Believe it or not, a new poll says workers like the added benefit. But that doesn't mean it's good for you. Smartphones, tablets, laptops. These little devices have really blurred the lines between traditional work hours and our off hours. Many of us are tethered to our devices, and even if a lot of us are complaining about always being connected, this study says most of us still think it's a good idea. A new Gallup poll found that 79% of workers view the ability to stay connected digitally outside the office as a positive. And we're putting this mobile technology to good use, professionally too. 36% of us say we frequently work remotely on our devices after our workday ends. So who is checking after hours? Men seem to be tied to their devices more. 40% of men, compared to only 31% of men, report regularly using their devices for work outside of working hours. And this probably comes as no surprise for most of you. Millennials are more likely than baby boomers to log on outside the office. Gallup says the workers who frequently check in from their mobile devices are adding nearly 10 hours to their work week, on average, by working remotely. The FAA is reportedly looking into the use of aerial drones to gather news video. According to the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, FAA spokesperson Lynn Lunsford says they're looking into the use of a drone to capture this video in Mayflower, Arkansas, earlier this week. For KATV, the station's news director says the drone gave great perspective of how the damage was after a tornado. The Democrat Gazette says drones have also been used to gather video for other Arkansas news stations. The FAA's website says the use for drones for commercial purposes is prohibited except in rare cases of FAA approval. Amazing how technology is evolving, especially when it comes to Craigslist use. You might use the site to find a couch or a bike, but what about a kidney? It's not a typical request, but a woman in Tennessee was able to find a match on the site. Selena Pompiani has a story.
Sydney Prettyman's kidneys are failing, leaving her no choice but to go on dialysis. On February 6th, she went to the hospital with her son and daughter, and the doctors told Sydney it could take 5, even 10 years before she gets a transplant. Well, her son Jeremy didn't like that answer.
He called me the next day and says, Mom, I put an ad on Craigslist. I says, you know, you gotta be kidding me, Jeremy. What for?
Sydney says her son wrote that she was a wonderful person and deserves to have a kidney.
So, you know, it was on Craigslist, and then the lady called him like 2 days later and said she would like to donate.
And it turns out the woman lives right in Unionport outside of Wintersville, where Cindy grew up. At first, Cindy didn't know what to expect.
Who gives a kidney to a total stranger? And she said, it's something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to give to somebody.
Jackie's certainty was all that they needed because it turns out they are a match. Jackie just has one more test to take, and now they are in the waiting game, and they hope to have it done sometime in May or June.
I can't comprehend things. You know, to me, everything's happening to somebody else. It's not me yet. It hasn't sunk in that it's really me that's going to get a new kidney.
Finally, using Craigslist pays off in a good way. Well, that's it for this segment. Until next time, back to you, Jennifer.
Famous lyrics are expected to sell for more than $1 million.
And why Ben Affleck is being banned from the Hard Rock when we return.
Pants, pants, pants. I am folding the pants. The pants are long. Do they go on my head? Do they? Do the pants go on my head? No. They go on.
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
I really want to show you something.
1, 2, ready, go. L-O-V-E. It's a mystery. All is love. Is
love. Did you play today? For great play ideas, visit www.smallstep.gov.
Welcome back. We have the latest on the Clippers' last and new owner. Jasmine Collier has the details.
The Los Angeles Clippers franchise is getting a new leader, with owner Donald Sterling banned from the league for life over those racist audio records that leaked last week. The NBA announced that it's appointing a new CEO to oversee the team's day-to-day operations, a move that Shelly Sterling, Donald's wife, and the team's co-owner now supports. The Clippers beat the Golden State Warriors in their first ever playoff Game 7 at home Saturday night. Horses and jockeys stepped onto the track this evening for a shot at winning the Kentucky Derby, the first hurdle along the road to the Triple Crown. Scott Thompson has the details on the winner of this American tradition.
California Chrome is the winner of the 140th annual Kentucky Derby. More than 150,000 people descended upon Churchill Downs to witness the race hailed as the greatest 2 minutes in sports.
It's a great horse race, a world-class sports event, an event known around the world.
California Chrome was a runaway favorite to win this year's Derby. Prior to the race, he had placed first in his last 4 outings. And almost as important as the race itself, the fashion.
It's a good occasion to be creative with your pocketbook and shop for a gorgeous hat and dress and all that.
Spectators flocked to the track Saturday wearing the most outrageous Derby hats and sipping mint juleps, the traditional beverage of Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby.
And we love to enjoy Southern-style mint juleps on race day.
The Kentucky Derby is the first of 3 races that make up horse racing's coveted Triple Crown. The other 2 are Preakness Stakes and the Belmont Stakes. With his victory today, California Chrome is one step closer to winning that title. The last horse to win the Triple Crown was named Affirmed, and he took the title in 1978. I'm Scott Thompson reporting.
Some of the stars, including Jamie Foxx and Scottie Pippen, came out to view the highly talked about races and share their views on the event. Let's take a look.
It's our first time. We've never been. We had a lot of people that always say come to the Derby and everything like that. And as a matter of fact, what's the girl's name? Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
Her mom was on my tail. Like, if you don't get down to the Derby, it's going to be a problem.
What have you learned about Louisville all the times you've come here now?
Well, it's got a lot of people here. It's a small town with a big city feel, and the people here are very warm. They got good food here too.
Go to the track today?
Yeah, I went. Wore a pink shirt. My son called me as soon as he saw it on Instagram. He was like, Dad, that's not you. But I said, yeah, it is.
I was talking to the guys earlier today during the Oaks, and I said, no matter what we're talking about, Super Bowl, All-Star Game, Final Four, doesn't matter. I love this sporting event.
The First Lady's brother is out of a job. Oregon State University fired head men's basketball coach Craig Robinson after 6 seasons. Robinson had an overall record of 94-105. Oregon State's athletic director said the decision was difficult, but in the university's best interests. They'll conduct a nationwide search for a new coach. Robinson is the older brother of Michelle Obama. That's all we have for sports today. Back to you guys in the studio.
Famous lyrics are going to be up for grabs soon, and Joel McHale hosted the Correspondents' Dinner at the White House over the weekend. Rebecca Penner has your entertainment news.
A piece of rock and roll history is heading to the auction block and is expected to go for more than $1 million. The original lyrics to Bob Dylan's rock anthem, Like a Rolling Stone, will be included in a rock history auction in June, according to Rolling Stone magazine. The auction house describes it as the only known surviving draft of the final lyrics. They're sprawled in pencil on 4 pages of hotel stationery. The auction house says the owner is a fan from California who met the iconic singer recently and bought the pages directly from him. Ben Affleck has been banned apparently from the Hard Rock Casino in Las Vegas. According to a source close to the actor, Affleck was asked to leave Tuesday after security told him, "You're too good at the game." It's not clear whether the security accused Affleck of card counting. It's not a crime, but is frowned on by casinos and can lead to a ban by a gambling establishment. The casino has not commented on the situation. The White House Correspondents' Dinner was held over the weekend and was not short on jokes while it was hosted by Joel McHale. Scott Thompson has the story.
Washington's annual White House Correspondents' Dinner was held Saturday night. The event has been hailed as the Nerd Prom and draws famous faces from politics, journalism, Hollywood, and sports. Unsurprisingly, the botched healthcare.com rollout was this year's hot topic.
We rolled out healthcare.gov. That could have gone better. In 2008, my slogan was, "Yes, we can." In 2013, my slogan was, "Control, Alt, Delete."
Mr. President, you have to admit, and you already have, the launch of healthcare.gov was a disaster. It was so bad. It was bad. Look, I don't even have an analogy because the website is now the thing people use to describe other bad things.
John Boehner's tan was roasted.
Right now, Joe is elbow deep in jalapeno poppers and talking to a construction cone he thinks is John Boehner.
These days, the House Republicans actually give John Boehner a harder time than they give me, which means orange really is the new black.
President Obama took Fox News to task.
Let's face it, Fox, you'll miss me when I'm gone. It will be harder to convince the American people that Hillary was born.
Review.
And sadly, that's going to do it for us today. I'm Jennifer Aceves.
And I'm Yorlin Guido. This is a bittersweet moment for me and the senior class. The next edition of OC News will be in August, but before we leave, here is a little farewell to our graduating class of 2014.
My dream job, I want to do field reporting, so I want to go on the sideline and do interviews with like different athletes in football or in basketball. I like to follow Pam Oliver, so hopefully one day I can follow in her footsteps and get her job.
After I graduate, I plan to pursue my music career, and I think it'd be cool to maybe one day come back and play for like the spring concert or something like that.
After graduation, I'm hoping to become a reporter, travel the world, cover fashion, sports, politics, whatever comes my way, that's what I want to do. So I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm a double major here at Cal State Fullerton. I majored in child and adolescent development and broadcast journalism, and in the future I hope to pursue the credential program at Cal State Fullerton here so I can become a teacher in the future and be a good influence on kids just like the teachers were here at Fullerton.
I want to travel around the world making documentaries and specifically in telling people stories that may not be able to have the chance to tell them themselves.
After graduation, I have no plans, but I'm actually applying at Univision. So hopefully I get any starting job. And Cal State Fullerton has really helped me a lot because the classes offer some kind of knowledge for you to get started in this career. So hopefully my dream job one day will be doing entertainment news for Univision.
My plan after graduation is to be in the Nevada market just so I can have the best of both worlds. It is a smaller market, not so much the Vegas one, so I can have the best of both worlds, to be in Vegas and to have that city life as well as working as a news anchor outside in Nevada.
I'm going to grad school actually in August. I don't know where yet, but I know I'm attending in August, so I got to make a selection soon. So
I'm looking forward to entering the job force or the workforce and exploring all sorts of different opportunities across the country, not just Orange County.
I'm looking forward to having some more free time because right now it's work and school. It's all I ever do.
I'm kind of excited. It still kind of hasn't hit me probably until that day graduation comes. Plans are to look for an internship to try to just get me more experience in the industry. So I just want to maybe get an internship and maybe like get in a position where I can kind of move up. So my dream job is to work in New York for ProPublica, but I'm not willing to move yet, so we'll see how it goes in the future.
I'm planning on moving to Japan 2 months after graduation, and I'm probably going to pursue a styling career out there. I know it's different from what I'm doing in school, but it's just something I've always wanted to do, and I have family that lives out there, so I'm really excited about that.
Thank you to all the graduating seniors. Being a graduate myself, I am looking forward to pursuing a career in broadcast journalism. Reporting for the last time for OC News, Yorlin Guido.